ladies and gentlemen, to Montgomery College's 13th Raptor Tank Business Pitch Competition. Is everyone excited? Let's hear some noise. My name is Nicole Añana, and I am one of the co-leaders of the Raptor Tank project.
And my name is Leanna. I'm also a Raptor Tank co-leader. I can't tell you how excited we are to host this amazing event.
We're also thrilled you have come tonight to share in this experience. Before we get to the pitches, we do have some business to take care of. And we'd like to start with some opening remarks. Please help us welcome Mr. Stephen Lang, the director of MBI.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. I'm not Alton Henley. My name is Steve Lang. I'm the director of the Macklin Business Institute here at Montgomery College. The Raptor Tank, we were just arguing about this a little bit. Is this the 13th year, 14th year? It's a long time. But we're really excited that this program has continued as a way for students from all majors and all campuses to pursue their entrepreneurial dreams and passions and hopefully start or grow a business. Today we've got an exciting event where you're not only going to get to see student speakers and hear their ideas and the work that they've put in, you're also going to hear from some alumni, you're going to hear from one of our former Raptor Tank winners, and we think it's going to be a great event. Our focus in the Macklin Business Institute is experiential learning, so our students in MBI actually run this program. So we're one of the only student-run and student-funded business pitch competitions in the country. So let's give it up for the students. So what makes Raptor Tank extra special is it's students who run a business, taking the knowledge from running that business to run workshops and put together a program, including developing a Blackboard course for students, putting this event together for other students to get an experiential learning opportunity. So that really ties in, we think, to not only the MBI mission, but the college's mission. So Raptor Tank, we think, is one of the crown jewels of the college. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to our hosts, and I hope you all have a great night.
Thank you, Mr. Lang. Raptor Tank is an initiative of the Macklin Business Institute, or MBI, which is an honors experiential learning program at Montgomery College. MBI students get real-world experience making business decisions for the MBI Café, as well as developing and implementing projects in our campus and local community, and measuring the impacts of each respective project.
One of those projects is Raptor Tank, where MBI students collaborate with MC faculty to support the entrepreneurial mindset at Montgomery College.
MC has enthusiastic student entrepreneurs, faculty who want to get involved, and a community of leaders that are supportive of our MC community. To connect these groups, Raptor Tank was created to give students a chance to make their business ideas a reality.
This is a great time to meet some of our campus and community leaders who make up our great panel of judges today. And I'd like to ask that the judges introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Deepica Premaratne. I just graduated UMD in 2025, so just now. I was a MBI alum 2023. I did Raptor Tank, and yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
I'm Bill Keating. I'm one of the judges for Raptor Tank. Have been for quite a long time, and love being here. Small business owner in the area, and I live in DC.
Hello, my name is Connie McGuire. I'm on the Montgomery College Foundation Board, where we spend all our time trying to raise funds for scholarships and support services. Before that, I taught in the business and econ department for about 20 years here on the Rockville campus, and happy to be here again.
My name is Shai Palavani. I'm a local DC entrepreneur. I've got 3 tech startups, and I just think it's such a privilege to be here with you students, your ideas, and it's one of the most favorite things I have going on in my life, so thank you.
My name is Stefan Sandberg. I work for the Office of Marketing and Communications here at Montgomery College. Earlier in my career, I was CEO for 3 different startups, executive director of a business incubator. This is, I agree, one of my absolutely favorite days of the year is Raptor Tank.
Hello, everyone. My name is David Popp, and I was in the commercial real estate business for about 30 years. Retired about 10 years ago from a firm called Transwestern, and I was the managing senior vice president there. Among the things I'm doing with my time now is teaching an intro to business course here at the college. And I've been involved with Raptor Tank about 10 years now. So happy to be back, and thank you for inviting me every year. Appreciate it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nicholas Sergon. I'm a small business owner in the DC area. My business focuses on controller, CFO services for government contractors. First-time judge. We did not have Raptor Tank when I graduated in 2008, so Steve, you and I will need to have some conversations about that. Other than that, I'm humbled to be here. It's a privilege to sit in this room and to listen to the students, provide feedback, and also learn from everybody here. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for taking the time to support MC students by evaluating their business projects. We know you'll enjoy the show. Audience, to learn more about our panel of judges, please look on the back page of your Raptor Tank program.
Now we'd like to share the Raptor Tank process and how we got here tonight. We structured Raptor Tank as a 5-week program, including orientations, in-person workshops, and an online Blackboard course with required assignments intended to help students develop their business pitches further.
This year, over 60 students signed up to access our online resources and workshops. Students who completed all required assignments were eligible to compete in the preliminary round. And this year, we had a record of 26 business ideas pitched to a panel of faculty judges.
From there, the top 6 business pitches were selected to move on to the final round. With additional support from our team and faculty, they're now ready to pitch their idea tonight at the Raptor Tank.
We're excited to be your host today, not just because we like being in front of a camera, but because we've seen MC students develop and grow their business ideas over the last 2 months. And we're thrilled that they get to share their progress with all of us today.
After all finalists have pitched their businesses tonight, the judges will meet to determine how to disperse the prize money totaling $5,000. Again, that money is fully funded by the Macklin Business Institute MBI Café located in the Student Service Building. So just remember that every purchase you make at the cafe supports MC students in many different ways, including helping fund Raptor Tank.
You know who can also win prizes? The audience. We appreciate all of your support for this event and our students participating tonight, so we also have potential prizes for you.
If you stay until the end of tonight's program, we will have a raffle opportunity for every attendee to participate in. But make sure to put your name on the raffle ticket and drop it in the bucket before we start drawing names. Leanna, tell them what they can win tonight.
We have 4 different pairs of headphones or earbuds that we'll be raffling tonight. Does anybody need a pair?
I do. Wait, am I eligible?
Sorry, MBI students are not eligible. But anyone else entered into today's raffle, and here when we draw the winners, will have the opportunity to win some great prizes. And as a thank you to our guests, everyone will also receive a special envelope with mystery rewards for the MBI Café, courtesy of our student-run business.
Don't forget, the MBI Café helps fund Raptor Tank and any other student programs while giving students real business experience. So please check us out. And by the way, our seasonal drinks are in, so get them while they last.
Now, it's time to meet the contestants. We have 6 participating individuals or teams who have worked very hard preparing for tonight. And they all share a similar passion for entrepreneurship. They each have approximately 5 minutes to present their business ideas.
After completing their presentation, there will be no more than a 5-minute Q&A session from the judges. Please note, only judges are allowed to ask questions during our event. So please allow them to do the job they volunteered for tonight.
To get us started, please welcome our first contestant, Charanpreet Singh, as he presents his business, Omly.
Hello everyone, I'm Charanpreet, and it's a pleasure to be here today. So, quick raise of hands, how many of you have ever tried mindfulness, whether that being meditation, breathing exercises, journaling, or anything that helps you feel grounded or slow down? Almost everyone, like everyone in this room. Great. Before we get into it, I want to go over my team, and let's proceed. So, I'm Charanpreet. I actually have been an entrepreneur for a couple of years. Back in high school, I started a consulting and marketing agency where we did over $4 million in revenue. I had 4 full-time employees, along with that 2 co-founders in the Web3 space. Also this past summer, I've interned in private equity, and currently I'm at HP right now working on their tech venture team. where I'm investing in startups for them, alongside my co-founder, Vinny. He's actually running one of the biggest venture capital firms in New York, Left Lane Capital, which is over a $2 billion venture firm. Alongside, he's also Forbes 30 under 30. Along with that, we have a team of 3 great software engineers working part-time that are students at Stanford, Columbia, and University of Maryland. So we came together and saw a big market opportunity. What is that? The top 10 apps in the App Store in the reference section are actually all Bible chats. The mindfulness market is worth over $13 billion right now, and it's growing year on year at a growth rate of 35%. Projecting in 2032, it's going to be over $34 billion. Along with that, there's no dedicated platform on the App Store, which is emerging AI and Hindu spirituality. So it's a very untapped market. There's competitors like Bible Chat's Haven, which is doing over $30 million in ARR, charging $7 a week. An app, Vignanam, which is a Hindu app that has over 2.7 million active users. And there's an app called Srimandir that has raised over $20 million in capital and has over 140,000 active users that are paying $30 a month. So essentially, we're going to be bootstrapping a proven business model. We're going to be building an AI-powered app that helps you reflect, learn, and find peace through daily conversations through Hindu wisdom. Along with that, there's over 1 billion Hindus, and McKinsey actually ran a case study. Over 56% of millennials and Gen Z really value mindfulness. Very important. So introducing Omly, your personalized Hindu spiritual companion. So here we have a demo. Right here, actually, on the sides, you can just see a quick overlay. The video actually went through everything, but it's not loading, unfortunately. So actually some key features: an AI spiritual chat, a daily personalized verse, of reflecting and journaling, and also partner mode with mindful notifications. So as you can see in this previous picture, you get notifications every day of a new quote through the Hinduism spiritual teachings. And along with that, you can reflect on them, you can learn, you can chat. So actually, I prompted it in the chat box in the AI app itself. Hey, I'm feeling very stressed today. I have a competition. And it actually went through and brought up teachings from the scriptures and linked it back to its response. XYZ in this scripture relates to what you're going through, and it helps you go through it. So essentially, we have a pricing. It's going to be a 7-day free trial straight to a paywall, which is a freemium business model. Along with that, it's going to be $7 a week, like our competitors. Monthly, it's going to be doing $20 a month, and also annually, you can do the annual plan for $170 a month. So depending on the pricing, you can change it. Like I said, our target audience is essentially going to be millennials and Gen Z, anywhere from college students to the age of 40 to 45 years old, roughly, people who really understand how AI works, and companionship. So our go-to-market strategy. We've actually partnered with 3 yoga studios, where we're going to do in-store QR codes and workshops and all that stuff. Along with that, UGC marketing. We're going to do UGC marketing content through social media. We're going to be partnering with temples. We've partnered with 7 temples in the DMV area itself, where when we are actually going to launch, we're going to host and sponsor events with them. Also campus ambassadors. Very small market that we're going to entail, but we've partnered with 8 colleges around the United States with their Hindu student associations to actually work with their students to get them on board. Also, we're going to be doing quote sharing. So there's going to be a quote you're going to see in your app, or something you really like, you can share it, and it's going to have a hyperlink taking you directly to the app itself, where you can download it. So we're actually doing funding. We're doing a $500,000 round of funding, friends and family funding, along with venture capital. So Left Lane Capital, which my co-founder is running, is also first investor in Calm. I don't know if you guys have heard of Calm, the biggest mindfulness app. They're valued at $300 million. So we're going to be getting direct advising from them on how to grow and scale. So to get into it, financials. Yes, since we're already getting funding, we are going to aiming to have a very big team and very big financials. At the growth rate of 2026, $270K, and 2027, $4.7 million in revenue. Join us in bringing calm, culture, and connection to millions. Thank you. Yes.
I have a question. Will you be doing this simply or only in English, or will you be having other languages for other countries?
So this will strictly be English for now. We're just going to convert it to English. But since it's AI, with the power of AI, you can actually growth scale this very, very easily to different languages as need be to cater to the users.
Okay.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yes. Thank you, Chair and Preet. Excellent presentation.
Thank you.
Also, I like the look, looking very sharp.
Thank
Just a quick question for you. I noticed that you had mentioned over 1 billion Hindus, and then you also mentioned that the target market was millennials and Gen Z. So I just wanted to make sure I understand that. Is it targeted to those practicing Hinduism, or is it also targeting those non-denominational? Help me understand that. I didn't want to make any assumptions.
Yes, of course. So actually, it's going to be targeted to straight Hinduism.
Okay.
We're going to be bootstrapping a model that already works. Apps like Haven on the App Store, which are strictly Bible chats, are doing $30 million in revenue, right? There's none for Hinduism. Actually, in fact, the top 50 apps are all Bible chats. And once you reach the 45 range, it's actually Islamic apps. So there's a big gap in the market, and we're just going to be filling that with Hinduism.
Very good presentation.
Thank you.
Very persuasive. So quick question. You said you are going to market primarily to millennials and Gen Z. So in terms of marketing, what are you going to do to reach that audience? I mean, what is your game plan to go out and get them so they'll sign up for it?
Exactly. Great question. So essentially partnerships and targeting major Hindu social media pages, right? So there's a lot of pages out there that you can just pay and get your stuff posted on. But that's not what we're going to be doing, essentially. We're going to be doing user-generated content. If you have a knowledge of UGC content, it's where you actually go to a person, a creator or something, and they create a video on it using it, and it's authentic. So the person creating the videos is actually going to get paid based on how many views they get, right? So the more it blows up, the more money they'll get through the campaign. And through that, you can scale great organically. Yeah. And
Great.
Also partnerships, like I said, the yoga studios. There's a lot of Hindu yoga classes. We've partnered with 3 studios in particular. Along with that, we've partnered with 7 temples that have over 2,000 members combined.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, good presentation. The name and logo are great, branding super important. You did a good job on that. Your team is impressive too, and you've made revenue in a prior startup, so that shows a lot of confidence in the entrepreneur. The Hindu market is a big market, but I like your market of millennials. You know, if you don't label it, it's okay to label it Hindu, but if it's more broad, I think it would be very exciting as well, where it's just spirituality. Hinduism knows all that great spirituality, but if you just, don't have to recognize it as, just try to make it more open. What are your thoughts to that?
Correct, of course, right? Obviously, with AI coming out, who has a better understanding? It's the younger generation, or it's the, anywhere from the age of like 18, like anyone young to anywhere around the 50. It's very easy to onboard them because they have a very well understanding of how AI works and a companionship and how it talks to you, right? Whereas the older generation, it's a little harder for them to, download an app, interact, obviously they have their own takes because it's a whole different generation you're talking to. So, of course, open to anyone using the app, anyone interacting, but we have a target audience of, typically Gen Z and millennials.
I have a question about one of the things you had up there that said there would be interactive chats with AI for
Yes,
spirituality. So I've read tons of articles recently about the negative impact of AI on philosophy and religion and spiritual chats with younger people, who leading them into all sorts of bad directions. How are you going to control and check what AI is saying back to people when they start asking really personal, deep philosophical questions? I mean, are you familiar with all the articles about
Correct.
this and the suicides and the deaths?
There's AI has a great end and a bad end, right? As does anything. So these are trained models. And when you train an AI model, you input it information. And based on the information it has, it spits out generated responses to what the user prompts. And we're going to train it in a way where it's going to be all positive stuff relating stuff directly back to what you say. So if you say something very bad, or if you have a very bad issue, or you're really stressed, or you really want to feel better, right? It's going to directly go through the quotes, the scriptures, and give that back to you with an understanding aspect. It's a companion, someone to understand, someone to listen to you, someone to help you grow. And also the best part about it is at the end of all of that, and let's say you want to track your progress for the past month, with all the journaling you've done, with everything you put into it, it actually gives you like a summary of how you've been doing. How's your personal and spiritual and mindful journey been going? Yes?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Sharonpreet. During each transition between presenters and while we give judges a couple minutes to complete their evaluations, we'll be interviewing a few guest speakers. For our first interview today, we have Professor Baick. Hello. Hi, Professor Baick.
Hello.
Can you share your role at MC with MBI and how long you've been helping with Raptor Tank?
Yes, I'm a professor of accounting at the Rockville campus. I've been affiliated with MBI since 2006, I believe. I'm the MBI faculty advisor, and some people say academic director. I don't know what that means. Also, I've been involved with Raptor Tank ever since the beginning. So I too don't know if it's 13 or 14 years, but ever since the very beginning, and I'm happy to be here.
As a preliminary judge, you and other faculty share feedback to help students improve their business pitch. Are you excited to see the improvements students have made for the final round?
Yes, definitely. I think that students, as they participate in the different workshops that we have workshops that focus on, for example, accounting, finance, marketing, presentation skills. It's basically like a class, but also students work together. They work one-on-one with faculty. They come in with their business ideas. They're excited to implement them and provide a value proposition to the customer. And it's wonderful to see the progress that they make. We have students that are not only just business students, but students that are in different areas, like, for example, engineering students and the like. And then they all learn a little bit about business and how to pitch their idea and convince other people to fund their idea to make their dreams come true.
Students have always been nervous about the financial part of their pitch, especially the projections. What is the basic advice you give to participants to help them prepare for financial projections?
I think the first thing is to take a deep breath and to remember that everything is created twice. So first you come up with an idea in your mind, and then you implement it, and then create financial projections. I just tell my students financial projections are basically thinking about the value proposition you provide to your customer. Why is somebody going to pay for your product or service? What are you going to bring in? What are the things that you have to worry about in terms of your expenses or things that go out? And then provide a projection over, I say, 3 to 5 years, and then be able to justify it to people that ask you about it.
I know with MBI, you're a big part of the program's experiential learning initiatives, but can you show one way you've incorporated experiential learning into your classroom?
Yes, definitely. So experiential learning for me means to ask people and not to tell people. So what that means with experiential learning is that, for example, in my Honors Accounting 221 class, I give them a financial statement analysis project. So without going into too many details, they have to pick 2 companies, like Coca-Cola and Pepsi, and then compare them, work in teams. So basically, I give them all of the basic things that they need to do. I tell them what the deliverables are, and then it's their job to figure out who's going to work in their team, how to provide the answers to the questions that I have, and provide the research that's necessary, gather the information, and then produce an output that they can submit.
Thank you, Professor Baick.
Thank you very much.
I hope this counts as some sort of extra credit for me in your accounting class.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, now we're ready for our next contestant. Please welcome Timo presenting his business Rambler.
Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing? Doing good? Perfect. All right, let's get right into it. Show of hands here. Who has, when you're traveling, looked up a quiet spot to go to, and you get there, and you find out that the entire city is there with you? We've all been there, right? Tourist traps. That's the problem with tourism nowadays. It's full of bland and redundant suggestions, overcrowded destinations, and in general, a surplus of tourist traps. And your current solutions aren't too great. All you can do is you can wander around, right? You can hire local travel agencies, which arguably are just as bad as the big ones. So you just settle for unideal solutions. What if I told you that all these problems are yesterday's problems and you don't have to worry about them anymore? I'm the sole creator of Ramblore, the AI-facilitated travel companion app, and I'm telling you that this is the solution. With this app, you can discover, save, and share authentic experiences in just one tap. And our motto is real places, real experiences, real stories. The app focuses on personal curation that's different for every single user. And we guarantee this through the AI facilitation, where the app learns from the user's values, personality, interests, travel rhythm, activity level, and it takes all of that and it pushes forward a plethora of authentic suggestions for users to discover. A little bit more about the product. We do want to ensure user and spot verification. So for spots, we do want to have an authenticity seal to let users know that this is a certified location and it's authentic and you can discover a real cultural experience. We also don't want influencers on the app. We want to make that very clear. No influencers will have a platform. We want to incorporate a no feed function. So the only feed you're going to see is your friends. And to actually have some friends on the app, it has to be a mutual acceptance. So both have to send the request, both have to accept it. We also want to make sure that the app is, we want to make sure you know that the app is repeat destination compatible. Let's say you go to Paris 1 year, right? And you go to Paris 2 years later. Fresh suggestions mixed in with your favorite ones, so you get to have a brand new trip all in the same city. Why now? Well, we looked at the market and there is an incredible opportunity. The global travel app market is currently sitting at $14 billion and it's set to grow to $64 billion by 2035. Now more than ever, young travelers are looking for more than the mainstream. They want authenticity, they want to learn the actual culture of the place they're visiting. The headlines don't lie and the demand is here. The market size is huge, as I've mentioned. According to 2023 numbers, it's currently at $629 billion, set to almost double by 2030. The competition is also pretty big. However, out of all these apps, we all know TripAdvisor, Expedia, Airbnb. They're not focused on using AI to enhance the customer experience. They're focused on using AI to help users purchase their product. Here are some snapshots from the home page. You get to put in your interests, some recommendations, a few crowd insights, and some reviews. The Explore page, this is where the magic happens. Plan mode, self-explanatory. You get to go through a list of discoveries for the place you want to discover. Roam mode is where the personal curation is brought to a whole new level. This is where the app becomes your personal travel buddy. What it's going to do, all you have to do is enable live tracking and notifications, and it's going to analyze your location, your distance to other spots, your activity level for the day, all the interests it's learned about you, and it's going to send you a notification. For example, like this. Say you're in Paris. It's almost sunset, right? It's going to see that. It's going to say, hey, there's a very quiet, locally known bistro just a block away, great view of the Eiffel Tower. That's exactly how it's going to go. A few more snapshots. This is just some more recommendations from the map. This is where you get to share your discoveries, either with yourself in your own collection, with your friends, or with public. Public is just as a review. Again, no feed. Here's the profile page. You get to have some titles, some streaks, travel stamps collection. Now let's talk business. We offer 3 different models. First of all, the freemium. Very basic. You get your AI features partially unlocked, some community insights, access to plan mode. Next, premium, $4.99 a month. Enhanced AI itinerary. This is where you get access to roam mode. This is what you want. Enhanced plan mode, some rewards with some partnered businesses. Next, platinum. This is the end-all, be-all. If you want the actual experience, you're going to go with this. Full plan mode, full roam mode, full rewards. It's the best. Financials in the first year, we're set to go about $90,000 in revenue after costs, which includes taxes. We're losing $470,000. But as you can see, by year 5, we are set to net almost $2 million. And these are according to very conservative values. We are assuming approximately 4 to 6% churn rate and a 0.25% conversion rate from freemium to premium. So very conservative, below industry standards. Here's a graph to show the exponential rates. What will we do with the funding? Well, we do need a programmer. This has all been done, all the snapshots we've seen from Base 44. It's a very powerful AI no-code tool that helps you build apps, but there's only so much I can do. I can't program, so this is exactly what it would go to. Next, marketing and G&A, general administrative. We need the legal setup, the accounting, and the basic tools. That's it. Thank you so much.
That was a great presentation. Thank you. I really enjoyed that, and it's got me thinking. Could the app work in domestic locations, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I get confused about what I want to do in Washington, D.C. I mean, I've been there a long time.
I'll just go back to this slide right here. Couldn't mention it back then, but Right here, you get to either set it to your hometown or your current. So we do want to incorporate some microtourism so you can explore your hometown as well.
So I could put it in roam mode.
Absolutely.
Downtown DC, sunsetting, and tell me to go
For sure.
over here to check a sunset out since I love
Definitely,
sun.
yeah.
Love that idea. Great, great.
Thank you.
So how do you ensure? Oh, so how do you ensure that people will? Most people I think travel like once or twice a year. How do you ensure that people will stay month over month, especially the yearly program?
That's actually going to be through the microtourism. So since they can explore anywhere they go, they're going to want to see, what's new, what's going on in the city, and that's how we ensure the constant, that customer stay.
I'm kind of interested in who you see as your main target market for this, because travelers come in, obviously all shapes and sizes. Students are looking for one thing, people as old as us might be looking for something else. So who is your primary target market for this?
So the primary target is going to be young travelers, mostly 18 to 35, because they're the most familiar with the AI. Eventually, I think the customer acquisition cost for the first year is about $40, so it's relatively high, but by year 5, it's going to be $20. So it's going to be more accessible to older generations as well. But for the first part, it's going to be mostly young travelers.
Great, thank you.
So, excellent presentation, by the way. How do you get started? Because obviously you have to have travelers to fill with experiences for there to be experiences for people to find. How do you get over that hump and begin adding experiences?
So the idea is that we're going to start with to classify the destinations, because we need spots before the reviews. So what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate a kind of class system, and it's going to take the app's going to take a bunch of data from Google reviews, from a bunch of websites, different forums, and it's going to compile all these destinations into classes from A to D. A is like the Eiffel Tower, the Colosseum, and then D is like the locally known secrets. It's going to push forward mostly, I think 15% max of A and B, and then 85% of C and D. Because nobody doesn't want to see the Eiffel Tower, but this is curated to mostly like locally known spots. So that's going to be the foundation of the spots, and then on top of that, we're going to add more and more as customers put forward reviews and share spots.
Excellent job, Timoteo. Also, good stage presence. I didn't get a sense that you're nervous or anything, so you did a good job.
Thank you.
So I'm not a tech person, so I may be asking a seemingly dumb question, but so help me understand how your app would differ from me. I love to travel. So how would it differ from me going onto ChatGPT and just saying, I want to go to Rome, help me go to some spots that are not really well known? Help me understand how your app would differ from me just opening up ChatGPT.
So ChatGPT is going to compile all this data from Google reviews mostly. It's going to look at other websites too, but for the most part, it's going to be Google reviews. Google reviews is how you find the tourist traps. So odds are, if you use ChatGPT, you're going to end up in the tourist trap. And to bypass that, you can use the app.
Very good. Thanks.
Well, you did a great job. Travel AI companion, travel companion. It's great sticky travel buddy. Good marketing. The drop pin was a very creative idea. I love that you're using user preferences to decide where the person should go. You're focused on young travelers, which means they don't have that much money. So part of your destinations are destinations that cost nothing, right? So that's the appeal of it too. Like, here's a bunch of hidden places that nobody goes to because it doesn't cost anything. I think that would be an appeal, given the money your demographic has. The friend community is kind of tough. I don't know why you would have to know somebody to friend them. I think you kind of just want that information out there. I don't think you need to close off the community in any way.
Sure.
The roam mode is genius. How did you come up with the name?
So it comes from the word ramble, which means to just talk without really knowing where you're going, or to walk without knowing really where you're going. And so those are kind of the major principles of the app, because the purpose is stories, right? You want to know the culture of the place, and that's kind of where it came from, and the word lore, because of the lore of the place you're visiting. Yeah.
Question. A great presentation again. Well done. Question, you mentioned partnered businesses.
Sure.
Can you expand on that a little bit, please?
Absolutely. So we do plan on partnering with, for example, exchange programs for students to promote the app, and as well as, the biggest one, sustainably sound businesses. So we do want to encourage sustainability with our app, especially since it uses AI. So to mitigate that, we want to have a kind of badge for businesses that use sustainable practices. And when users go to said businesses, they will have discounts. Sorry, French, I don't lose words. They'll have discounts for their plans. So for example, premium, they get a month off or 2 months off, depending on the amount of locations they visit.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Timo. For our next interview, we have an MC and MBI alum, Deepica Premaratne. Hi.
Hi.
You're an MBI alum and a two-time Raptor Tank leader. How does it feel to be back here now as a judge for Raptor Tank?
It feels great, being in Raptor Tank when I was first doing it. It was really nice to see the impact that we had on the community, and also you learn a lot doing the project, and so it's really cool to be back here behind the judges table. It feels like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did your experience at Montgomery College help prepare you for transfer to Maryland?
It helped me in so many ways. MC has so many wonderful resources for you to transfer to UMD, but also programs like MBI, how you learn so many research skills, project management skills, time management. And so, when I went to UMD, I was able to hit the ground running.
You've been working at NASDAQ for a while, but we hear you have some exciting news about something new coming up next year. Can you share that with us?
Yeah, so next summer, I'll be starting work at the Board of Governors in the Federal Reserve System. Oh, wow. I'll be a research assistant, so pursuing economic research. This is my first step into it, and I'm really excited to get started.
Wow, that's awesome. What advice would you have for students in attendance about finding their path for both major and career?
Definitely just take advantage of all the resources that MC has. There's so many things that you just need to talk to people, talk to professors. There's more than you think that's here, and just continue exploring, see what you like, see what you don't like. Both of those are just as important as the other. And yeah, take advantage of your time here.
Wow, that was great. Let's give it up for Deepica. Next up to the stage is Perpetua Ristic presenting her business, Praise Print.
Hello, everyone. Hello. My name is Perpetua Ristic, and I'm here today to present to you my business case. It's an e-commerce and a unique brand that offers customized apparel, like such hoodies and T-shirts and everything that's in between. And in this point, I wanted to just please invite all of you to close your eyes for 1 minute and imagine yourself deep down in an ocean. And suddenly, you couldn't hear a thing. Everything has become so different and overwhelming state to be in. Okay, thank you so very much. Open back your eyes. Let's all just face this thing. I wanted just to take you for this moment, but I want to explain to you briefly that this is the state I've been ever since I had meningitis and lost my hearing completely. And this state led me to realize that I haven't been grateful at all for the smallest thing in life, taking everything for granted, my eyesight, everything in life. And it has led me to create my business. Let's face it, we are all living in this fast-paced world where people are overwhelmed, overloaded with the everyday demand of life, and they easily forget just to be grateful. And Press Print, I've created the business name right there. It's just a gentle reminder of each and everyday living, a lifestyle on gratitude. Now, how it actually works is that, for instance, I've partnered with Printful, a big company that produces clothing and printing. So, for instance, when a customer orders a product through my website, Press Print, it will go directly to Printful, and they will reproduce everything and ship it directly to the customer. And from there, the very product will be shipped, and the customer will receive the goodies and enjoy. And the very last step will be, I will receive a profit from Printful on my bank account. And for instance, a plain hoodie can cost like $25, and I will put a retail price after customizing everything for $45. So this is the page of the business case. For instance, I have 5 years projection over here. And as you can see, for instance, in 2026, if I have sold like 50 of product, you can see the profit, the revenue, and the margin is about 44%. Now, I wanted to present to you a fixed expenses of my company. The startup cost will actually come up of roughly about 5,000. I'll buy my own personal computer for design, and I'll create my website. I'll have some subscriptions, and I'll have all this, office supplies to buy, and you can see this. And roughly, this graph presents the 5-year projection of my business. Now, that's not all. You are not just buying a product for a product. I wanted to make a huge impact on the globe. I want to contribute 5% of profit of each product to meningitis institute. I don't want a person to end up in a hospital with any delay. Meningitis is a very fatal, deathful disease. I want everyone to have access to this vaccine in each and every hospital, especially underprivileged countries out there. So let us all contribute to this foundation. And I want to tell you that I have a very value and mission for this company. And my mission, for instance, is to build this global company that will benefit this whole entire world. And the vision for the future is to, in addition to everything that I've said, is to have my own place, to create my own store so that I can have employees and serve my community and beyond. And also, I want to invite all of you to join me on this greater cause, for instance, to create my business and take it from the ground and bring it to life. And I want to leave you all with this very phrase that wherever there is gratitude, there is hope, and hope brings about life. And life is all about joy. We can all do this, not only one time in the year for happy Thanksgiving. It's only have to be every single day gratitude. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will take it for sure. Thank you. If you don't mind, I have to read everything because I cannot hear anything at all.
I just thought you did a great
I'm
job.
completely hearing impaired, so I have to read.
I thought you did a great job. It's an amazing presentation. I know it took a
so
lot of
very
hard
much.
work to do that. Takes a lot of energy to present in that way, and that was motivating. I just want to say gratefulness is definitely the best attitude, and to see the mission that you have associated with your clothing business, it really will help you grow, having a positive mission. I've had 3 successful tech companies. They've only been successful because they had a positive mission of doing good. So your gratefulness message is very inspiring to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
On your website, will you have examples of messages to put on, or will people come up with their own sayings for the clothing? Or both?
I will have both. I will put up all my own messages, and I will love to invite customers to come up with their own messages. So that will be personalized, and customized for them, even for like birthdays, for anniversaries, even for like your kid's birthday. You ask your kid, what do you want me to print? I want each household to have this attitude of gratitude, starting up from small age. For instance, right now, what we have is a gift bag of candy for a happy birthday. You'll open, kids are happy. And in the morning, parents are like, oh, are you having a story? They say, yeah, I cannot get up. But I will have to have some stickers with gratitude terms. And kids will have like pens and notebooks with gratitude so they can write and they can enjoy their own way to thank God for their blessings, and the parents and at school everywhere. So people can come up with their own terms or words that they want me to put on it, but it has to be based on the term of gratitude and hope.
It's a lovely
That's
idea.
the
Thank
very,
you.
Yes, value of my company.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I love your slogan, wrap yourself in gratitude or nothing.
Thank you.
That really touched me. Speaking from personal experience, some days I wake up, I'm not happy at all.
Thank you.
But I go deep in my mind, I remind myself the things that I'm grateful for, and all of a sudden, everything that I was unhappy about magically disappears. So thank you for that. I think it's a great idea, and I love the fact that you said everything needs to be rooted in gratitude. And so I just wanted to say, excellent job, excellent passion. I got excited after your presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much.
I love your enthusiasm. Excellent presentation. I loved you went into details of all the various things that you need to do to launch. Do you have a plan for how to reach out to people? Are you going to use social media? How are you going to reach people with your message?
Yes, sir, definitely. I've put up a slide there that says that I want to spread this gratitude term through the very big platform of social media, everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, even Google search. And also my church is huge, and the community churches out there. I want to give them my business card, my flyers. Even at school here in college, I will slip a little business card in every pocket so that they know that even if you are going through anything, you don't need to focus on that loss. Gratitude helped me to go from this desperation and pity party place. As long as I'm praising God, I know that I have hope, and He gives me more life to live. So yes, I will spread it all around, and it will be even global, since I've intended to contribute to meningitis research institute. Thank you.
We have time for one more question if somebody has.
I've just got a quick question, and I'd also agree. I think your focus on gratitude and hope is a nice way to differentiate what you're doing from others. My question was on manufacturing. Who do you have that's going to make these various, your custom apparel? How are you going to, take care of getting all that manufactured?
Oh, sir, I actually, number one, believe in my own self. And that's why I want to partner with Printful. Printful is very reliable branding company who actually help people who are in e-commerce to build their own stores. And the thing that I love really about Printful is they will allow you to put your own label on the back of the shirt. For instance, have a little package, the gift bag will have your company's name. So that way you can start to build your own brand and leave a thank you note in the package for customers to see your brand. And from there, they will tell their friend and they will start. This is not actually something that I want to partnership right away. I want to partnership with Printful. And in 2 years, I want to create my own store. That's when I will bring people in and create jobs and serve my community and the world at large. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Nika.
That was Praise Print. Give it up for Perpetua. We will now be hearing a bit more from Dr. Fiona Glade, Interim Dean of Honors College at MC. Hello, I'm good. How about you? Nice to meet you too. I think we would all love to learn more about the Honors College. Can you explain what it is, as well as the various ways in which students can take advantage of this opportunity?
Yeah, thanks, Nicole. The Honors College is new at Montgomery College. We have had historically a group of 5 different honors programs, and now this year we've brought them all together under a single umbrella so that we can share resources. Everything in the Honors College exemplifies MC's new brand. So I know I've got a captive audience here on brand, but you've heard about this: exceptional education, extraordinary outcomes. Every one of our honors programs at MC, whether it's Macklin Business Institute, Montgomery Scholars, Renaissance Scholars, STEM Scholars, or the Honors Circle, they all really exemplify that new brand. The students and faculty in the areas of honors and staff are just doing extra and achieving more because of that extra that they put in.
Interesting. How might participation in the Honors College enhance a student's academic or professional experience?
This is a great example of the kinds of activities that our honors students across the Honors College get to do. We really focus a lot on experiential learning. One of the biggest ways that students will participate in experiential learning is through research projects. So in the Honors College, you generally get to work with more directly with faculty, perhaps in smaller classes, a lot of group work, and learning how things really work after college, but with the enhanced knowledge that you get from your research projects and your hands-on projects that you're doing, either as part of your coursework or as with the MBI team, the Macklin Business Institute honors students, with the additional activities they're doing as extracurricular activities.
Are there any unique opportunities, such as internships, research, or mentorship provided to students through the participation in the Honors College?
Yeah, how much time do we have? This is really one of the strengths of all of the programs within the Honors College, and one of our goals actually is to make more of these accessible to students across programs and among programs. We have internships and special internships that are just designed for honors students. We also have extra scholarships available for all of our honors students. We have a lot of students, once they have completed their research projects, we fund their travel so that they can go and present that research, sometimes at national conferences and at many regional conferences. We have other field trips, and we're working, again, in the new Honors College on developing more opportunities for more students to go on learning field trips as larger groups. I will say one more thing here. Most of our honors students who want to transfer, they end up getting really good offers from the transfer schools, from the four-year schools that they want to go with. Quite often, full rides at the four-year schools because of the honors experience that they've had at MC. The 4 years, even the private 4 years, sometimes the private out-of-state 4 years, they love Montgomery College students.
That's amazing. One more question. You're at an event that's been run by students in an honors program for the benefit of their peers in Montgomery College community. How do you think this fits within the overall mission of the Honors College?
It's a perfect fit. This is exactly what I would encourage all of the honors programs to do. Dig down deep into your disciplines, dig down deep into the expertise that your students are developing, and help them work out how to make a difference with that learning. So I love Raptor Tank because it does exactly that. This is a great model. Enactus also does some similar work. I know the MBI folks are familiar with Enactus, where students are working, again, in group projects to help solve problems Am I saying that right, Mr. Lang? Yeah. Helping to solve problems even globally, and to think about things in sustainable terms. So all of these are skills that are transferable to the workplace, that are going to be useful in whatever major a student is studying.
Let's thank Dr. Glade for sharing this important information. Thank you. Okay. Now let's welcome Hallelujah presenting his business, StockSmart.
All right. I just want to hand these out before we start. All right. Thank you. Apologize. There should be two. Oh, sorry. Could I get one more? Thank you so much. This will make a little more sense in a moment.
Thank you. Share one here.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. So last summer, I worked here at Sammy Auto Locksmith as an apprentice, and this shop sells every make, model, and year of every car key since 1981. That comes out to about 21,000 unique inventory items. The issue with managing this many items all at once is you never truly know how much you have. So on one side, you end up overbuying slow-moving product and freezing cash flow. On the other, you end up underbuying your best sellers, and you run out midweek, lose revenue, have a bunch of frustrated customers. So how do we fix that? Meet StockSmart, a smart inventory system that tracks stock in real time, sends low stock alerts through push notification, and has predictive reordering powered by the UC Irving machine learning repository, as well as QuickBooks Small Business Index. Here's a quick demo. All right, so the first thing you see is the low stock alert, which tells you what needs immediate attention. You can search by SKU or name. And if you hover above it, it will give you a sort of demand chart of what it's going to look like for the next 7 days. You can add manually whenever you want to add new inventory that's coming in. You can upload existing data via CSV in bulk, or you can add it via barcode, so you can add one individually. Now, if you go here to the integrations, these updates can be made automatically via API integration with your point of sale system, and also QuickBooks for the business's data. Now, the people who are going to be using this are what I target businesses dealing in hardware and auto parts. There's about 75,000 of them in the United States. 53,000 of them are small businesses who likely can't afford enterprise-grade inventory solutions. And if we can capture just 1% of this market, we could aim to hit $130,000 in annual recurring revenue by year 2. Now, how are we going to do that? At the moment, I have the help of Samuel from Sammy Auto Locksmith, who's agreed to be a pilot tester, paying pilot tester, and connect me with his suppliers and peer network who may have use for this. He's already fulfilled that promise. He's connected me with Keyless Shop, which has 3 Maryland locations. In the future, I would like to expand these to trade associations and more institutional players in the industry. Now, the key thing to remember here is this market skews a bit older, so these one-on-one relationships are much more valuable than, say, digital marketing. Now, the team I need to do this is API Excel Limited, which is a verified full-stack development agency that I've worked with before. They've quoted the development around $2,000. Now, before we get into our financials, I want to just keep these in mind. I'm assuming a 17.5% growth rate, an industry average 3% churn rate, $300 per store subscription. This comes from a 1-to-3 ratio of how much I'm charging versus how much they're losing due to misstocking. We also have a $25 average cost of acquisition. This is the cost to produce online training materials, as well as marketing costs averaged per customer. As you can see, there's steady growth in revenue, and we target $5,000 in MRR by month 12. Very slim profit margins for the first year, but this is due to some strategic investments. In month 3, I would like to hire Will Keller, who's a second-year CS student here at MC. I'd also like to attend the National Hardware Showcase and present the product. In month 9, I'll be committing significant capital towards launching an affiliate program, which is going to reward our more well-connected customers for their referrals. I would also like to launch on-site servicing so I can go in person and not just rely on the online training materials. And so the key thing here, again, is the steady growth in profit every time these investments are made. Now, to start, I need $4,140. Those handouts have more detailed expense reports. I think we can sustain ourselves for the first 12 months, but really, I need your help to start. Thank you.
Very nice presentation, and I like the idea a lot. How did you come up with the idea? What brought you here?
Yeah, so when I was working as an apprentice for him, the biggest thing that I would have a problem with was customers calling, and then I would have to try to find the price of a product. And so everything is done on paper, so I would have to shuffle through the paper and then shuffle through the keys to find the pricing. And so the inventory was a mess. And I knew he couldn't afford enterprise systems because they cost $5,000 and above to set up. And so that was just, this was a problem that I truly felt myself. Thank you.
Great presentation. I'm not really familiar with this area. Are there any other competitors that you might have, or I know you said there were more costly alternatives, but are there any that are smaller, like what you're starting?
Definitely. So the biggest one, and the one that I would fear the most, is Zoho, which is cheap and easy to use, but the thing they're missing is predictive data. And without that, there's sort of a lack of any smart aspect to their stock. They just give you the information that you already have. And another thing is most of their POS integrations are proprietary. So you either have to buy their POS system or connect with a large POS system that is also costly. Yep. Yes.
Very good presentation. I like the name of the company. I think that's clever. And I like the way you came up with the idea. Essentially, you were working, you found a problem, and you come up with a solution. So, love that. Very measured, very credible presentation. I mean, you come across like you know what you're talking about. So all that's very good. My question is with the rollout. You're talking with your existing group now about potentially using your product. Would you start kind of locally looking at different places to use it and then expand from there? Is that kind of the game plan for growth?
Right, so like I said, the demographics of the market are a bit older, so there's going to be trouble with using the product, especially the AI aspect, the API integrations. So it's best that I can go in person and help them. So I will be starting in the Mid-Atlantic region, but then saving some money, some travel funds, so I can expand beyond this region.
Great, guys.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead. So you said that you're targeting the auto parts market specifically. Is there anything about your product that ties it to that market, or can you then later expand beyond that market into other areas?
So if we do well, I expect to be competitors in other markets. And the reason I'm starting with the hardware is because it's easier. A big thing with these inventory systems is clean data, especially for prediction. With auto parts, every time a new auto part comes out, there's databases tracking it. So there's specific UPC, SKU, whatever code that they use. Whereas with food or more fresh food or less specialized things, there's not a standardized way of tracking it. And so it makes our predictive data, which is our key differentiator, pretty useless. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks for the presentation. Hallelujah Tesfamariam. That's it, right? Excellent presentation. You did a good job presenting the numbers as well. I had a question. What's your background, by the way, as far as what are you going to school for?
I'm going to school for business analytics.
Okay.
But I have a little bit of experience with the coding language SQL and a little bit in Python as well.
Okay. I thought you were in my accounting world. You did a good job of breaking down all the expenses and everything. Question for you. On one of your slides, you had mentioned there's a percentage that's lost due to misstocking. Talk to some of us about that just a little bit for those of us who are not necessarily in that world.
Right. So this is the Packer, which is a very well-known trade association within this trade, or not trade, but within the inventory management system, and they also have a press release. And they reported that retailers lose between $500 to $1,000 in misstocking. This misstocking could be, let's say, a customer walks in, and you don't have their key. And so they walk back they'll go to a different shop or whatever, and they'll buy there. So that's considered lost revenue. And then there's also the problem with frozen cash flow, so product that you haven't sold yet. So that's also considered lost revenue. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hallelujah. We're now inviting another MBI alum and entrepreneur, Nicholas Sergon. Hi, Nicholas.
Hello.
You graduated from MC and the Macklin Business Institute all the way back in 2008. How does it feel to be back at MC after all these years?
Well, I was going to say it feels good, but then you said all the way back. No, it feels great. It's a privilege, but it's also humbling to be back here, seated in this seat, considering in one of these seats as a judge, considering that I was also a student at one point in time.
Looking back, what are your strongest memories from the experiential learning initiatives of the Macklin program? And what is your impression of how those experiences have grown, including the addition of Raptor Tank?
That's a great question. So some of my experiences include beating Mr. Lang in basketball at the time. But no, regarding my experiences here, I would highlight my experience at the MBI Café, where we had the opportunity to come up with a product, and also it gave us the opportunity to really understand financial statements, a profit and loss statement, what goes into those numbers, our inventory. And for me, I think that's what really started the wheels turning in my head as far as wanting to go down the road of becoming an accountant.
You've started your own consulting business. Can you share what skills you learned at Montgomery College that you believe have been critical in your career success?
Sure, I would say it's going to be a little bit of a different skill. So not necessarily the technical skills, but I think I would say some of the soft skills, the networking that we did with some of the peers, and I would say in my business, I'm in the service business, so leading with empathy, right? In the business that I'm in, we handle the finances and the accounting of small businesses. And if you think about your own personal finances, it's personal for a reason, right? And so if you think about owning a business, not many business owners are not very comfortable just opening up their business to third parties. And so the way I approach my business, the way I approach my clients is leading with empathy and just trying as much as possible to be able to relate to them, which in turn makes them comfortable with me, which in turn then leads to a longer lasting relationship.
Right. What advice would you have for other aspiring entrepreneurs here today?
Network. Continue to network. Even though a lot of you may be young, you may be looking at a lot of the distinguished judges with their excellent credentials. It starts here, right? It starts on campus. It starts with the networks. It starts with the friendships that you create, and it also maintaining those friendships and that networks over time, right? It's those sort of skills that may seem minute at this time, but as you continue to grow older, one can start to understand the importance of those skills.
One last question, and it's a very, very serious one, and we only have time for a yes or no. Is it actually true that while you were in MBI, you and a group of your peers lost 3 straight pickup basketball games to MBI director Steve Lang and his friends?
I think my laugh answers the question. I will say we have to be honest. Yes.
All right. Well.
If I can add one thing, in 2025, there's a concept called my truth. So I'll also say that according to my truth, the answer is no.
All right, well, thank you. Some very interested parties just wanted some clarification on that. Let's hear for Nicholas and thank him for returning to MC to support our students. Now let's welcome our next contestant, Geraldine Quintana, to learn more about her business, Dazzled by Ger.
Before I begin, I'd like every single person to have a rose, one of these. It's one for every single one of you guys. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Geraldine, and I am the owner and creator of Dazzled by Ger. So before we begin, I want to ask everybody here a very simple question. What are the most common gifts to give to somebody on a special occasion? Well, you might say it's clothing, maybe flowers, sweets. But regardless of them being very good and very personal and emotional gifts, you might be looking for something a little bit more personal or more tailored to the person that you love. So what is the issue here? Well, for starters, many people do want personalized gifts, but they don't really know where to start. Then, also customized gifts are either very limited or too expensive. So that leads to no gifts being available to find. You're forced to conform to the old ones, and the cycle just continues on and on again. So what's the solution? Well, it's simple. The solution is Dazzled by Ger. So here at Dazzled by Ger, we specialize in exactly that, customized and special gifts for any type of occasion, such as ribbon rose bouquets, custom graduation caps, crocheted plushies, anything you can think of. I launched my business October 23rd of 2024. All startup costs were covered by myself, and they were roughly around $1,500. And my goal is simple: make every single gift memorable, special, and made with love. So let's take a look at my real rose bouquets. This is a mass-produced bouquet, and this is Dazzled by Ger's bouquet. What's so special about it? Well, the client controls the color of the roses, wrapping how many roses, and every single little detail on it. The client always has full creative control over every single one of my products. Take a look at my ribbon rose bouquets, my most popular and most ordered product. I've made dozens of them for all different types of occasions. My non-flower bouquets for people who don't really like flowers, custom bottle and can decoration, crocheted plushies, custom graduation caps, and much, much more. Every single piece is customizable. The only limit is your imagination. So let's take a look at my most popular product, roses. So a real rose stem generally goes for $3 to $5 per stem, but after a week, it looks something like this. You go to Venus at Fleur. 9 roses, lasts 1 year, but it's $89. Clearly not affordable. But let's take a look at Dazzled by Ger's bouquet. 12 roses, $35, and it lasts forever, and completely customizable. So when it comes to my pricing and policy, my pricing equation in general is pretty simple. So I multiply my material cost by times 2, and I add on labor, which is $7 an hour to get my total. The only one that's different is my ribbon roses prices, which is $2 per rose plus labor, and that gets my total. I also have a very clear set business policy and a rush fee of $15. So if you take a look at my monthly sales data, starting from October 2024, when I first launched my business, you can clearly see that I have had a very consistent growth in sales in just 1 year. I've made it up to $810 from October alone, and this is just 1 year of sales. Now, although I can list on and on my competitive advantage compared to other local Instagram sellers and Etsy sellers in DMV, I like to focus on these 4 points. Number 1, I have a very loyal and widespread customer base. So I don't just have clients that order here in Maryland. I also have a lot of clients that order from the DC metropolitan area as well. I have a very unique selling points. Not every single day you see a business like mine or that offers as much stuff as I do. I have very high social media engagement, and I'm legally certified as bilingual in the state of Maryland. So I not only have access to English-speaking clients, but also Spanish-speaking clients. So my business strategy that I followed so far is called the Dazzle strategy. So D stands for develop, A is for attract, Z is for zooming in, the other Z is for zooming out, L is for leverage, and E, the step that I'm currently on, is establishing and expanding my brand. So if you take a look at my business analytics, from the past 90 days alone, I've had over 87,000 views on my Instagram profile. I know, a lot of growth. And this is just on Instagram. I showcase my products on TikTok, Facebook, and tons of other social media platforms. Also, I have a lot of local promotion. If you take a look at your roses, there's my business card slapped on there. Now, when it comes to scaling and expansion, I do have a plan for that as well. So I plan to hire a support team to free up production time. So it'll be people that'll handle maybe my social media, ordering materials. They'll also open up job opportunities. So maybe even for potentially Montgomery College students as well who are looking for a little hustle, side time hustle. Funding would also help me expand to nationwide shipping, form an LLC for legal protection as I grow. And eventually, I do want to form selective workshops because my brand is known for the quality that I'm able to provide when it comes to my items. So I want to ensure that anybody who will assist me in making the actual products keep the quality that my brand is known for intact. So if you take a look at my financial projections, this year I'm projected to end with around $1,800 in profit, potentially even $2,000. We'll see how December goes. And then 2026 through 2029, it's estimated to go all the way up to $23,000 in profit. This is keeping in mind future investments, maybe future funding, also my scaling plan, my workshops, and all the previous trends that I've had as I've done my business for a year by this point. Thank you so much.
Very nice presentation. Thank you. Question about your labor costs at $7 an hour. Is that what you're valuing yourself as? Is that what you're going to be paying other people?
No, so currently I'm the only one doing all of this, and I do understand right now that the economy is very high. I'm trying to keep my prices as affordable as possible, so it's just for myself. In the future, though, obviously I will be, charging minimum wage for labor, or no, potentially even higher. It's just as I start up, but this is just for me personally as of right now.
So as you expand, you're expecting to grow a lot in the next few years. Will you bring on more people on your team as you expand, and will you be paying that $7 an hour? I know you said minimum wage, but like, how will that look in the next few years as you expand to more people?
Well, first, I think I mentioned it before. I am first planning to expand and scale my business when it comes to managing my social media, for example, or maybe ordering materials, maybe scheduling, because that'll free up time for me to work on more products. So I potentially, at the beginning, just in the start, keep that $7 an hour. But then as I do get more sales coming in, obviously, it would be more that I will be paying them. But when it comes to the actual workshops that I will develop, I don't want to develop the workshops until I have a very consistent and specific amount of sales and money and profit that's coming in, so that I can ensure that I'm paying them the amount that they deserve for making and helping me with products.
I really like the product, and I love that bouquet right there. That is really beautiful.
Thank you so much.
They're really, really nice. I'm curious, how the Instagram, the 81,000 was it?
87,000.
87,000. Sorry, I didn't mean to shortchange. That how do you convert that to sales? Because that seems like a big number. I mean, I'm not a big social media person, but that seems like a lot of people taking a look at your products.
Yes, so I actually have had a couple of videos on TikTok especially go, I call it semi-viral. So around 30,000 views, 10,000 likes, 700 comments. So I have a very big engagement when it comes to social media. And my Instagram really boomed this October because I have seasonal menus. So when December comes around, I promote December bouquets or holiday bouquets. If it's maybe Independence Day, then it'll be 4th of July themed items. So for Halloween, which was October, there was a big boom in October, spooky type bouquets, custom bottle decorations, maybe a mummy crocheted plushie. So that explains the past 90 days. Wow. Yes.
Yeah, great job, Geraldine. I'm not a creative, so whenever I see people who are, I'm always impressed. I love the color coordination and everything. So, and also your presentation was really smooth. The way you kind of move from slide to slide while also talking seemed to flow very smoothly.
Thank you.
I agree with the judges. I think that $7 an hour, I think you're worth more, right? I think you can bump that up, right? Then, so question for you. You said in 2025, I saw profit of 1,881. Is that profit or revenue?
This is profit.
After your costs
so
are concerned.
this is after. So I've actually made a lot more than this. I would say this year I've made close to around $4,000 to $5,000 in sales.
Okay.
But I've invested a lot in the business itself and marketing. So this is just what I predict I'm going to be left with by the end of the year.
Okay, very good. And then when it comes to shipping costs and all that, is that covered by the consumer, or do you eat that, or is that baked into the price?
Well, I feel like I would be the one covering it at first, but I'm open to potentially, because I'm trying to make it as affordable as possible.
Sure.
I always try to keep my clients in mind.
Sure.
And that's why I feel like I have a lot of repeat customers as well, because I do try to keep their best interests in mind. So that's actually what funding would help and investments would help go into, those same shipping costs, and then helping form an LLC, because, as I do expand onto shipping, the legal liability would, it would be higher, it's more dangerous. So I would want to protect my assets within, my personal assets and separate it from the business.
Excellent, thanks.
Great presentation.
Thank
I
you.
like the enthusiasm. I like being aggressive. I've got a soft spot for people that are into sales. I mean, I'd much rather have to tell my salespeople heal rather than sick them. And I wouldn't have to worry about that with you. So very good. With all of your sales, which is great, I'm interested in where do most of them come from? Are they coming from your website or word of mouth or Instagram or your TikToks? Where are most of those are you seeing come from?
So all of them are like, I would say roughly 90% of them are coming from Instagram alone. So I do have my personal phone number also connected to Instagram, so people can feel free to text me on my private number as well. But honestly, most of my engagement has been through Instagram. Anybody who sees, thing is there's DMs on TikTok, but it's a little bit harder to manage that. So I have my Instagram linked on my TikTok as well. I don't currently have a website open, but that is my future plan. The only reason I don't have a website open is just because I'm getting so much order. I feel like I just don't have time to completely handle a website right now. But if I were to hire future people to help me and assist me in the business, it would be to maybe handle my website as well.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Geraldine, for that amazing presentation. Our final interviewee is Connie McGuire. So sorry.
Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing well, thank
I'm
you.
good, how about you?
Good.
Hi, welcome to Raptor Tank. Can you tell us our connection to Montgomery College?
Oh boy, I taught for 20 years in the Business and Economics department here on the Rockville campus, the Intro to Business courses and Personal Finance. And then when I retired about 6 years ago, I joined the Montgomery College Foundation Board. So this is my 7th year on the Foundation Board, and we spend our time raising money for scholarships and support services for all of the students.
Wow. You started as a faculty member. How cool is it to see MC students developing their business ideas and pitching them in this format?
And, you know, there's nothing that thrills a teacher more than seeing things that are taught in the classroom applied into real life. Yeah. And as I told students all the time, there's no career, no business that they can go into that doesn't have a business side to it. So everything we teach in those classes are utilized no matter what career they do. And this is, I think Professor Baick talked about experiential learning, and this is just the quintessential example of it. So it's great.
What is your experience with Montgomery College students that led you to being a donor?
Oh boy, when I taught, I noticed that a lot of students were hungry. And food is a big deal in my family as far as feeding people. And I started bringing in baskets of candy on exam day. Then I realized that people were asking if they could take the rest at the end. So I started bringing in granola bars and nuts and other kinds of food, and it disappeared. And people, you can't learn if you're hungry. And so my husband and I started looking into this, and we established the McGuire Family Food Pantry, which is in the bottom floor of the Student Services building here, and it's also on all the other campuses. Yeah, so feeding people is important to me, and so that was a big part of it, and led into other things like medical care, that my connection, I used to work for Planned Parenthood, and so now about 4 years ago, I hooked up Planned Parenthood of Metropolitan Washington with Montgomery College, and now there's a medical bus here that comes twice a week, you know, if anyone is going there for just primary care services and all others and classes, and so they all kind of feed in together.
Wow, that's so interesting. That's really great. The students running this competition are all recipients of a foundation scholarship. How does that make you feel?
You know, it's great. My husband and I also have an ACES student scholarship, and that's ending this year, and we're looking into like transfer scholarships for students for their next 2 years. You know, going to college is expensive these days, and it's not just the college, it's the cost of everything else, the support services, just living. And seeing students here, knowing that they're on scholarships and seeing what they're doing, looking at alumni who come back, I mean, it's the most rewarding thing. And I'd like to point out to everyone that a scholarship for students, $10 a week gives somebody a $500 a year scholarship. That's books and, you know, supplies for a semester for a year. So I think it's something that everybody can do, no matter what level.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up for Ms. McGuire and thank her for everything she's done. Thank you. Now let's welcome our final contestants, Zia Ullah Khan and Sahil Karil, as they introduce their business, StudySync.
Hi. Sorry. Hello, good evening, everybody. So before we start off, let me start by asking you guys a quick question. How many of you use one of the following apps in your day-to-day life? Google Docs or Notion to take notes? large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude to ask questions, or Notebook LM or Otter AI for live transcription. So yeah, we see so many hands up here, right?
Yeah.
So we are students living in 2025, and the digital chaos is real. Juggling multiple apps for notes, flashcards, and recordings, and there's just fragmented information everywhere. And the constant context switching, it usually leads to lost focus. So we built a solution to this. And you guys might be thinking, what's the solution?
The solution is StudySync, the world's first fully integrated AI learning platform and hackathon winning project. This is one app, one login, anywhere, everywhere.
So while the other apps in the market like Notion, Quizlet, Otter AI, they just specialize in one thing, but StudySync provides a complete integrated ecosystem. This is integration done right, no friction, just learning. So here's a quick demo of how StudySync works, and Zia will guide you through.
So of course, as with any class, we have to take notes. So we're going to show our first feature note sketch. You can take any types of notes, but in this case, we're going to do a parabolic curve. And once you're done writing your notes, you can click the Send to EduBot button, which is our chatbot system, and this will automatically sync the notes, and you can ask any type of questions. So we'll ask, explain this curve to me, and the system will respond with this curve, and then we ask it, explain the 7 different types of equations. So it responds linear equation, quadratic, cubic, and it explains the equations and what they do. Our next feature is generate flashcards, so we'll enter the same topic, 7 different types of equation, and it returns with 5 flashcards about those different equations and their explanations. And then we also have a quiz feature, so we enter the same topic, 7 types of quiz, difficulty medium. The difficulty is generated from your personalized dashboard, which we'll show later. The system responds with the quiz, and in this case, we're going to purposely fail this quiz to show you everyone what happens when a user fails their quiz. So we'll just let the Sahil do the quiz, and we'll just quickly explain those rest of the missing features. So we have an agentic AI system that we can do stuff for you. So if you have a quiz or something, you can tell the system to add this thing to my calendar, and it will automatically go into your Google Calendar and schedule that quiz for you. And it also syncs with your Blackboard and Canvas to do everything for you. And while this whole thing was going on, we have Smart Notes feature, which is a live transcription feature, and it will record your whole lecture and transcribe it for you, and then you can ask our EduBot system questions based on that transcription.
So we are already live on studysync.app, and you can scan the QR code on one of those flyers and try us. So moving on to the market, so as we all know, we are in an AI boom right now, and the AI market has a huge prospect. So our targeted audience will be high school and college students between the age 15 and 25 who are already using these apps to study. So in the long run, we plan to target 50 million plus students globally. Now, talking about the business, we are planning to launch StudySync with 3 different plans. So first one is the student plan that will cost $9.99 per month. And the other is the Pro plan, which has more features and gives user access to new features ahead of time, which will cost $19.99 per month. And in the long run, once we plan to tie up with universities, we plan to launch institutional plan, and we integrate StudySync directly into Canvas and Blackboard. That will cost $6 per month. Now, talking about the users, we plan to start with 372 users in year 1. So we are in the 3rd quarter of our first year, and we already have more than 700 users. And by the end of year 5, we plan to reach our first 100,000 users. And talking about our revenue, so our revenue mostly depends upon the number of users. So as we progress, you can see our revenue is growing exponentially, and we plan to hit our first million by the end of year 5. So most of our operating expenses are fixed costs. We don't have much variable costs. So our operating expenses remain steady throughout our first year to 5th year. Now our EBIT, so since we don't have that much operating expenses, our EBIT also grows exponentially, and we plan to reach 1 million by the end of year 5, and we plan to break even around 2.5 years. So we are the team behind the vision.
I'm Zia. I'm a full-stack developer and artificial intelligence researcher.
And I'm Sahil, a computer science and economics student at Montgomery College. I specialize in data science and AI optimization. Thank you. So we are students building for students. So join us in this movement. Thank you.
So, very good presentation, very interesting. Got a ton of users, it sounds like, early, so that's great. In terms of your marketing, are you marketing directly to your high school students and college students, or are you going after their parents? Because that's 2 different groups to go after, and I would think parents have more money than certainly high school students. Are you looking at both, or how are you doing that?
So it's not just high school and college students, like other people who are in academia or in industry can also use it. And talking about our main target is the institutional plan. So we plan to tie up with universities and integrate StudySync directly into Canvas and Blackboard. So that will be integrated as a part of tuition once universities tie up with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I love this idea, and it was a great presentation. I would love to know how you two came together. Like, what was the genesis of all of this?
So, okay, we started off with a hackathon. So last year, Montgomery College first hackathon, Raptor Hacks, was hosted on campus. And we came up with this project during the hackathon, and we built it within 36 hours. And since then, we have been working to enhance it, and there are more upgrades coming up. So yeah, that's how we built StudySync. Thank you.
The StudySync actually won that hackathon that we participated in, Raptor Hacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
To everybody who's presented, I mean, all the tech ideas, the creative ideas, it's very impressive. Kudos to you guys. The quiz idea is very smart, the smart notes. I love these ideas. I mean, these if you can get MC students using your tool and start here and make it grow from here, and then you get other schools and universities to use it, could be big. And then the partnership with Blackboard or Canvas, that makes a lot of sense too. Yes. Once you integrate with them, you get access to thousands of schools. So when do you think your product will be ready for the MC students to start using it?
Our product is actually ready. It's live on that QR code in front of you. We've provided some demo credentials. Anyone can go on study-sync.app and sign up for an account.
Awesome. And also, we are already ready to sync with Blackboard. So once college approves of it, we are already ready. We just need the API key from the college. So we are all set.
Yes. Yeah, great job, guys, with the presentation. I like the live demo too. That was very good. It helps. I'm a visual guy.
Yeah,
so
sorry about that.
me.
There was some mistake with
no,
the
but I
YouTube
thought
video.
I was able to really see how it went through. Just a quick. I think it's impressive that I think you more than doubled the users that you guys had started. So that's excellent. I'm a numbers guy, so I look at numbers. Question for you: when I saw one of the charts, I think first one was about that one right there. Go back. One? So help me understand that negative 25,627, then the negative 10,470. Help me understand that on the EBITDA, like, if you don't mind.
So our first year revenue, as we said, is not that much, but our expenses are in fact that much. We're projecting around $36,000 in expenses because we need servers, AI servers, and we need infrastructure. We need some place to host those servers and some place to utility costs as well. So that's going to set our profit not very low, but our expenses very high.
Okay, good. And that answers my next question I was going to ask about what are your major fixed costs. So excellent. Great job, guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Our major fixed costs are artificial intelligence because unlike other apps, we aren't just creating ChatGPT wrappers. We're actually making our own AI model from scratch. We're training everything from scratch. We actually have one model that's not in production, but I'm working on it. It's to generate exams for students.
Very good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Love this idea. I wish it had been around way back when I was a student. So is this more an individual tool that each individual student studies, or does it have a group component where a group of students could work together?
Good question. So a few days back, Zia and me, we were talking about the same thing.
Yes.
So we also plan to add that feature of group collaboration. So a student, they can just log in with their credentials and create a group within StudySync. So they can just share the lectures. So for example, one of the students in the class missed the lecture and the other student has the note. So they can just forward the same thing to the other student who missed the class. So we plan to integrate that to StudySync in the future.
Yeah, so for if you're in a classroom, one person can just create a group and everyone can get access to that group, or if you're doing a group project, it's basically like Google Drive for students, but with AI built in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was surprised to hear you say that there aren't any competitors out there. There's nobody out there that does these three things, integrates these three?
Okay, so yeah, good question. Right now, all those apps in the market, they just specialize in one thing. So there are different apps for those things, but those apps, they don't talk with each other. So we just built a whole integrated AI system. So all these features, they are under a single login. So students, they don't need to switch between multiple apps just to study for one exam.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, StudySync team. At this time, the judges will review and deliberate on tonight's winners. Judges, please follow our ambassadors to the deliberation room. Please help in welcoming our MBI student, Stefania Ugaz Alvarado, and Mr. Juan Alcivar for our entrepreneur interview.
Nice to meet you, Juan. My name is Stefania.
Nice to meet you.
So I was made aware you're a Montgomery College alum. We're so happy to have you back here. And before I start asking any other questions, such as what are those things that you put over there, can you share a bit about your journey as an MC student and what originally brought you here at Montgomery College?
Well, yes. So my name is Juan Alcivar, and I am a veteran. I got shot in the leg in Iraq in 2007. In 2015, I retired, and then I wanted to get into teaching, which then brought me to MC, and through the Combat to College with Jason and Joanna. And I've been here, doing my classes and was trying to pursue my my teacher's degree, and which has led me in this crazy journey, which I feel MC is a magical place. I don't know, I've talked to other students about it, and it's just a magical, just wonderful place that can lead you. You start somewhere and you end in a different spot where you didn't think, because of all the activities and everything, the people you meet.
I totally agree. And I first want to say thank you so much for your service. Thanks to the Combat to College program, I have met many wonderful people that have served our country. So that's very nice.
Thank you.
I hear that you have an interesting story about how you first wrote the business plan for your business. Can you share that with us?
Yes. So, like I was saying, it's a wonderful, magical place. So in my thinking was, okay, I'm going to take a business class to learn business so I can do business things. And Mr. John, I was in his class, and he purposely, I love the way he teaches, by the way, which is very, so in Iraq, I had a traumatic brain injury, which my vehicle got blown up, so my brain feels like it's like on water. The way he teaches, he guides you through the answers. It wasn't very like sharp and direct. It was very guided. And I love the last assignment we had was, he was like, okay, if you were to make a business, make a business. And we started with, I wanted to do volleyball. And I'm like, why wouldn't I do? And then I took that really seriously. Mm-hmm. I said, I'm gonna actually convince the other 4 students that we're gonna make a volleyball. And they looked at me like I was crazy, but it worked. We went to his class and we got an A. And it was an A. I think we got one of the highest A, but we got an A. It was a volleyball business in Brazil. And he helped out. He gave me information. He gave me the little things. It's not like he gave me the answer. He just gave me the little things to make, like I need to go here and figure this out, which is very great. And I'm happy to hear you retired, but but no, not really. Like, a lot of students should take his class. It's a great class.
Of course, and it's very funny you mentioned Brazil and volleyball. My favorite team is the Brazilian volleyball team. And the USA team, of course, But that's very interesting. So could you share the story about how your business came to be named Bears? That's
Yes.
a very interesting, unique name.
Yes, so Bear was my service dog. He was with me for 15 years.
Wow.
He passed. I'm happy a lot of people got to know him, and even the president of the school got to know him. So I named this club Bear because he took care of me when I needed it. Sorry. It's the first time we're here, because we were here last year, and we were both here. And now it's the first time I get to do this without him, which is very emotional and stuff like that, and I apologize. But yeah, that's why I named it Bear, because he took care of everybody. And I want to continue his legacy.
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, and thank you so much for sharing that story with us. You also have history with Raptor Tank. How did
Yes.
you get involved, and what was your first impression of it?
Okay, so like I just got done doing the business, and I'm thinking, okay, I see Macklin Business Institution. I walk in, I knock in. Mr. Lang opens the door. He's like, all right, I only got like 15 minutes. 15 minutes turned into an hour turns into 2 hours, 2 hours turns into, we're there for 6 hours talking about basketball business, his son's business. We talked about the sun and the moon and everything. And he was like, well, if you're gonna come back in the fall, you can do Raptor Tank. And I'm like, okay. And I said, yes, I'll do it, because I'm a man of my word. I said I'm gonna do it. And surprisingly, he was like, oh, hey, who's this guy? So I'm there, and I started doing Raptor Tank, and it was, again, amazing, because the way they teach you to do this stuff, everything was online, but they also helped out. So they had the students helping out, like my man Raj right here, helped out a lot. Right? Anytime I needed questions, the students were there. Also, if I needed to talk to the head honcho, he would take, even though the cafe has some stress. I'll tell you, the cafe has it, but he's good with it. But like he takes the time to like say, okay, hey, yeah, let's talk about this. And the way I love about him is he sees big picture. I was very like, oh well, what is this gonna be? But he's like, no. Think of this. Don't think here, open up a little bit, which made me start thinking more and abroad and like, oh, wow, I can do this. Oh, I can, where things I didn't think I was gonna be able to do, he made me see what I could do. He gave me foresight, which is a very important thing in business.
Of course, yeah. We have first-hand experience with that. Mr. Lake has helped us all in the MBI a lot. And well, it turns out you won first place during your Raptor Tank competition, so congratulations to that.
Thank you.
What role did the Raptor Tank play in building your entrepreneurial mindset and your connection to the Montgomery College community?
I think I would say I owed it a lot, because it gave me the confidence. And you need to have confidence if you're gonna do a business, because you gotta be in front of people, you gotta be in front of CFOs, you gotta be in front of just people that wanna invest in you or put time in you. So the first thing was confidence, because at first I came in, I was very shaky. All I wanted, if you could just put me in a gym to coach and that's it, I'll do that all day. But I have to do all the other stuff, which they helped me build into what I am today.
That's wonderful, and we're so thankful that Raptor Tank was so impactful for you. And well, I was also made aware that as you started developing your business, you collaborated with some Macklin Business Institute students on your merchandise line. What was it like working with these students' teams, and what did you learn from that process?
Well, it was great, because then after I won, we were able to tap into the network of all the fellow students that have gone through here, not even if they won, they just and continued their journey. And it was just amazing to see that there was like a community of other business entrepreneurs that you can talk to. You can, hey, what do you think of this? And not even in a sense of like, oh, hey, invest in me, but just the knowledge, or just hey, I see what you're doing. You're gonna have a pothole here. Let me help you swerve that pothole.
And that's what Raptor Tank is all about. We want to help people connect with each other, and we want to help them more than just funding money.
Yes.
Your business has opened the door to an incredible travel opportunities. Can you share a place or experience that really stayed with you and helped you grow as a leader or entrepreneur?
Yes, I loved when I got to go to Norway. That was a dream. I've never thought being a Dominican from a little campo, going all the way to Norway. So I got to go to Norway, Canada, to work with the Ukraine national team, and just being in the gym with like all these incredible athletes. I got to meet the Norway libero, like national libero. She was just like hanging out, and I'm like, okay, you were in the Olympics and all that. Oh, okay, oh, nice to meet you. So that being able to like have the opportunity to just be in these gyms and learn from a lot of these coaches and then bring it back here to use here and help out the kids here. I think it's pretty good.
Let me just say I'm really jealous. I wish I could learn. I really love volleyball. So
Well, you know, I am the best volleyball coach in the region, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
I don't know, those things say a lot right there.
Oh, talking about those, you have received awards and recognitions for your work, like that one right there.
Yes.
Which accomplishments are you most proud of, and what did it mean to you personally and professionally?
You know, like these are great and all like that. It's great to have. The most accomplishment for me is like, example, right? Like, boom, I was able to connect here because Cam, I've coached Cam and been in her life since she was 10 years old. And I got to go to her game this weekend and she won her championship in D3, reverse sweep. It was amazing. They were down 2-0. 2-0. And Cam got hurt last year. She was a walk-on. And just being able to see her do that and then come in and be the starter and lead that team from being down 2-0 and go 3-0 to this like Penn State team that had some hitters and blockers and just that is what it's about. Like those awards, cool and all. Like, yeah, I get recognition. But my thing is like seeing the kids that I'm helping out achieve their thing. That's the best, bro.
That is awesome. I guess you are a good coach. Do you have anything new and exciting coming up this next year?
Yes. So right now I'm a finalist to be considered to be the coach for the JCC Macabre Games, which is basically the Jewish Game Olympics up in Toronto. So I hopefully can get that. I put a really good resume the last 2 years. We won last year, beating WIS in 3. And then this year we faced WIS again, but lost them in 5. But then we got to go to New York and face 3 other schools, and we ended up winning 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. And now I am considered with a whole bunch of the players that I've coached in JDS. Because I'm the coach at JDS and the program and all that. But yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for you.
Listen, it'll be a great year.
So, you have seen today's student pitches and you have been on both sides of this competition. What suggestions would you give to our current contestants and our other students who may be interested in starting a business as they refine their ideas?
I would say if you come into this, take it seriously. Like if you're really thinking about like, okay, I can get this and just get some funding, but you really put in the time, really put in the effort of like, what if this was possible? What if that crazy idea that I had when I was 10 about being the best volleyball coach in the world and being the best Dominican coach and hopefully being considered to be a Dominican volleyball coach to coach us in the Olympics someday, maybe that could work. Maybe this is where I need to start, right here, and just take it seriously. Don't waste the opportunity because we only get so many times at bat. We only get so many times to swing at the ball. So if you're going to swing, let's go. Let's try to score.
Very valuable suggestion right there, for sure. Looking back at your own journey from Montgomery College student to veteran scholar to business owner, what is one lesson you wish you have learned earlier in your career?
That's a good one. I like asking that because it's almost like going back and being like giving your younger self advice. I would say patience, man. Patience. You have to have patience. And understand there's going to be days, you're traveling and this and award and great. But a lot of the days is you're there by yourself, you're on your computer, you're in the grind. Understand when's your grind season and understand when's you're like, we're doing these stuff and everything. Everybody has their seasons. So if you can understand when is that, like me, January to May, we're grinding, we're in the gym, we're putting in all that work. So then in the summer, we possibly could do something like that, possibly could maybe go for an award or something like that, if you know how to set it, you know what I'm saying? You're in college, your grind season, you know it is all the fall till here, then you got a little break, then you're grinding right back to the end, right? To hopefully in the summer, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. If that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Okay.
And it's actually something that a lot of college students struggle with, patience. So definitely something we have, at least I have to think about. For students who may still be figuring out their direction, what advice would you give about staying open to new opportunities and using college experiences to shape your future paths?
I would say like here in this campus, right? Like being able to take the opportunity to do the volleyball club, to do the business club, or just a network and talk with different groups, because you don't know who could be that person and be like, yo, I remember you. You're that crazy guy with the dog in the backpack. Yo, you want to come to my gym? Sure. Okay, now I'm in Canada. Right? Like, understand, don't take things as like, oh, well, that didn't happen this time. You don't know who you impressed. You don't know who's watching right now. I don't know who might thinking like, man, this guy might be a great kid, a great coach for my player. And then next thing you know, like, I'm coaching their kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know.
Exactly. Networking is a very big part of business, for sure. Now,
Actually, it is. It really is. Like,
It is.
I didn't realize how much networking like I had to do. Like, I thought I was just gonna be in the gym all day, but like, geez, it's a lot of networking.
I know. So, for my last question, I hear you have some additional information for us. Could you share with us what it is?
The Maccabi games. No? Oh yes, yes. Well, I did it. My bad. Yes. So I would like to donate $250 to the best. Like, how are we gonna call it? We didn't shop a name. The Bears. Can I just call it Bears? Can I just say Bears? Yeah, Bear's doing it again. He's always helping out people. So Bear's contributing $250, and then I'll contribute another $250 for Juan. So that's $500. Boom. I want to help out. Is that fine?
Yeah.
I gotta get the green light. I don't know. Is that fine? Am I good to go? Okay. Let's just say it's fine. It's good.
That is really impressive, and the Raptor Tank team, our whole team really thanks you for that.
Yeah, every year.
And oh well, I guess that makes the end of our interview. Can we please all give a round of applause to Juan Alcivar?
Hey, great job. Can we give her a round of applause for her interview? Let's go.
We are so thankful for you giving us your time today, and also for that generous gift. You didn't have to do that, but again, we really thank you.
No, you got it.
Thank you, everyone.
The results are in, but before we begin the awards ceremony, our Raptor Tank project director will share a few remarks. Please welcome MBI Director Steve Lang.
Okay, for those of you who were here earlier, I'm sorry you have to hear from me twice. The judges are still deliberating. They've said it's one of the toughest years they've had. So it might be a few minutes. I promise I won't take all of your time here. I wanted to share a little bit more about what Raptor Tank was this year and really talk about how students at Montgomery College are getting more and more engaged in entrepreneurship and big ideas. We've never had more than 16 or 17 teams participate in the preliminary round. Last year, we had 12 teams participate in the preliminary round. This year, we had 26 teams participate and submit their presentations for the final round. So for all the students who are here, some of the preliminary candidates are here. Let's give it up for all of them. And if you are a preliminary contestant, I can tell you several of the judges and I were here until about 8:30 that night trying to get it down to 6. It was really difficult. So we're really proud of all the ideas that came through the Raptor tank this year, and really excited to see what you guys did in the final round. We also made sure that, you know, there are students who sometimes want these activities, but maybe they're too nervous to get in front of the group. Maybe they just don't have the time to get in front of the group. We had over 60 students from sign up for Raptor Tank this year. And so they had access to our Blackboard course, which was created by students. So when you see your faculty and you have that Blackboard course, our students had to create the course for you. And so they got a cool experience doing that. And we had students who went through and did worksheets and watched videos and came to workshops, and they didn't participate in the final round and or the preliminaries. That's fine. They still were part of the experiential learning process for Raptor Tank. A couple of other statistics which we're proud of. We had all three campuses represented in the preliminary round. We had 11 presentations between Germantown and Tacoma Park Silver Spring campuses, which meant about 15 from Rockville. So all three campuses were represented very well. In addition, we had 7 different majors participating. So a lot of people, when they think entrepreneurship, they just tie it to business. How many of you are business majors that participated today? How many are something different than business? Yeah, so we've got a mix. And one of our judges had said, you know, kind of everything, you know, if you take what you're learning from the business process or business class, it could be applied in different ways, maybe towards what your major or your path is going to be. So we think that's awesome. In your program, I hope you got it. There are a lot of people that we wanted to thank. They're listed there. We don't have enough time to say everybody, but a few people that I want to recognize. My partner in crime for about 20 years, Professor Brian Baick, so let's give it up for him. We had 2 of our chairs here today, Professor Jana Anderson, or Chair Jana Anderson, and Dr. Juan Nguyen. Let's give it up for them. The interim dean of the Honors College, Dr. Fiona Glade. And my boss, who sometimes I'm not sure if he is, you know, supporting me or telling me what to do, but he definitely encourages me to be innovative and allows me to try new things, is Dean Alton Henley. So thank you. And I think the college as a whole is trying to support, you know, students and their ideas and experiential learning. So it's a great place to be right now. There are a lot of other people. Again, please take a look in the back of the program because a lot of people have supported this event, especially, you know, I'm not sure what to, you know, the marketing, media services at the college. This is a show. Like, this is an event. You can see we've got 3 cameras this year. We went from 2 to 3. A lot of time and effort went into planning this event, and that team has been really helpful, so we thank you for that. And also, take note that we have alumni coming back, so to the students in the room, we're hoping that someday you decide to come back. It doesn't have to be at Raptor Tank. It can be whatever, you know, your major is or whatever class you are. Go talk to students and hear, or let them hear from you. Because I'll tell you, they don't want to hear from me, right? I'm a little too old for them. They'd rather hear from our young alums. And we're lucky enough today to have 2 of the alums from the time I've been here at MBI, Deepica and Nick, serve as Raptor Tank judges. And we think it's really important for alumni to come back and engage with our current students. So I encourage you all to do the same thing. Now, that said, our judges are going to be ready in just a moment. And I want to thank everybody for the Raptor Tank, and let's have a big round of applause for the results coming in. Ready?
All right. We're getting to the very exciting time of understanding who our winners are. We just spent some time back here as the judges, as we always do, having very good deliberation about some very, very strong contestants this year. Let's give everyone a hand who's participated because they were fantastic. I think
One of the first things we noticed the different about this Raptor tank than Raptor tank in the past was how many of the ideas are already revenue generating. And that's a really, really strong statement about kind of the quality of talent that we have here at Montgomery College that are participating in this type of event. And it's so impressive. I'm so proud to have been a part of this for so many years. I just love to see kind of how the students here are just continuing to kind of develop and thrive and build and come with ideas that are just so impressive. So this was a tough deliberation. You saw we were out there a little longer than we usually are, kind of walking through and really looking at kind of each of these presentations and thinking about kind of, okay, what's the potential for success? And that's where this fact that so many of them are revenue generating already really kind of like, well, wait, how do we look at that? Okay, well, let's go through a little bit more about each of the presentations. Each of the presentations this year were very strong. I don't want to compare to prior years too much, but all I'll say is these presentations were well thought out. They had all of the information that we needed to make a decision, whether it was about the finances, or what the potential market was, or what the team looked like, or where the idea came from. And that's just such a great testament to the professors that worked with all of you, to you all who put these ideas together on paper and are making them happen, and to this institution. Again, I was just so proud to kind of be a part of this. Thank Dr. Lang for inviting me back every year, because I really appreciate that. We got to give him a hand because he's amazing. He is, as you all know, he is the heart and soul of this program. He and I talk many times throughout the year about Raptor Tank and its potential and where it's going and where it's been, and it's just been such an incredible ride. And again, like I said, I'm just proud and humbled to participate in this. So I think right at this point we are putting together the list of the winners as we came up with them. Like I said, we went through some good deliberation, with a lot of back and forth, good conversation. We got a great judges crew, and let's thank the whole judge panel. It wasn't just me. And for their time and their commitment, their insight, and their wisdom in this process. And I think we've come up with a pretty good list this year of winners, and we're very excited about it. So without further ado, am I going to pass it over to them? All right.
We just have two things we want to say before revealing the judges' decisions. First, thank you, finalists, for your hard work in preparing for your business pitch.
We truly enjoyed working with you and seeing your businesses develop. As a thank you, you all will receive gift bags complete with Raptor Tank shirts and other treats.
Now, we're going to announce the winners. So first, we have a reward for our social impact. This is provided by Bears Volleyball and Juan Alcivar. For social impact, winning $520 is Praise Print.
Take a picture. Mm-hmm.
Oh, are we gonna?
Okay. For third place, we actually have two winners. Receiving $500 is Omly and Ramblore. Yes.
For our runner-ups, we have StudySync and Dazzled by Ger winning $750.
And finally, our 13th Raptor Tank Business Pitch Competition winner and recipient of $2,500 is, drumroll please, StockSmart. Thank you to everyone for coming to the Raptor Tank competition tonight and being a part of this great MC tradition. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.